Right, okay, week 52, aka the year, aka the last official vlog of my vlogs. I'm in Rio Airport, as you might be able to see by some people kind of sliding by on these escalators behind me. If you look through the window over there, which maybe you can't see because of the light, but there's aeroplanes. I mean, I'm literally in it, bags checked in, been through passport control, my flight leaves in like 2 hours. I wanted to kind of record this before I actually left South America, so I'm glad that I managed to kind of squeeze it in. I must be getting a bit emotional because I'm having to re-record this because I started doing the first one and I was just rambling about absolute nonsense, so I think that I'm going to record a final one when I get home, which maybe kind of wraps it up a bit and talks about how I felt after the year. But all I want to talk now is just about my last week in Rio, which has been really, really good. What a way to end the trip. So the whole reason I was in Rio is because when I was trying to decide where to fly home from, I thought, even if I don't get to see much of Brazil, at least if I fly home from here, I'll see what's supposed to be an amazing city. And it's really cool. Probably quick to just rattle off the really great things I did. I was staying down on Copacabana Beach, right down the end in an area called Leme, which is like one of the safer areas. Rio is like pretty dangerous if you're walking into the wrong places by all accounts. I mean, I had no trouble, but I was fairly careful with where I was going. But the first thing I did was go up to what's probably, well, certainly the most iconic point of Rio, which is the Christ the Redeemer statue. You take a train all the way up this massive big hill which overlooks the city of Rio. Got quite lucky because the days had been kind of off and on cloudy, but the first sort of 20 minutes I was there, it was a little bit cloudy, but basically had some amazing views. So check this out.
It was really very good.
So that was cool. And then the clouds rolled in to the point where if you were standing at the base of the statue, you couldn't even see the statue. So it was really, really foggy. So like I felt quite lucky I got to kind of tick off the proper kind of view down from the Cristo. Rio is a really interesting city in terms of its layout because you've got all these amazing beaches, two big main beaches, Ipanema and Copacabana, but many other beaches all the way around it. But then as soon as you're slightly away from the beach, it just turns into these big steep hills and mountains straight away. So you've got all of the favelas, which are like the little town districts, quite often quite poor areas, which are built all the way up the hills. And then you've got the beaches, and then you've got the other area. It's like it's a really, really unique and iconic kind of layout for a city, which is pretty cool. Walked around some other places. I was with a French guy called Kevin and a Brazilian girl called Julianne, who I'd met at my hostel. We went to these really cool steps, which I can't remember the name of, but they're like a bit of a tourist spot and they're really cool. I've got a video of that, so you can just check these out. They're beautiful. So that was cool. The plan for them was to go Sugarloaf Mountain, which is this kind of really big iconic rock that's right on the beach, and you get amazing views. We walked halfway up, so to basically there's two cable cars you can take, and we did, instead of taking the cable car, we walked up to the first one, which was quite steep for like half an hour or so. But it was so foggy at the top of the main one, there was just no point of going up. So I resolved to go up again the next day, instead of watching the sunset, just to go up in the daytime, and it was amazing. I must have some videos of this, absolutely class. So that was really good. Basically, like, just gorgeous views over these beaches, over the city, like really lovely day. Oh, something that had happened the night before actually, which I know I've got a video of. So like, even though it had been cloudy higher up, it was really cleared down, and I saw this sitting on the beach watching the bright fire orange moon like rise up over the horizon at like 8 in the evening. That was like really cool. I'm not sure how that video is going to look because you can't really film videos of the moon very well, but anyway, that was like a really cool thing to see. What else did I do in Rio? Oh yeah, the next day went down to the point between Copacabana and Ipanema Beach. It's just a really famous place to watch the sunset with a lad called Jack from the hostel. That was gorgeous. I must have a couple of videos from there. It was beautiful. And everyone kind of sits on the rocks watching out over the sunset. Those two kind of mountains are known as the Two Brothers, which kind of one of the many sort of these iconic places around Rio. And yeah, that was amazing. My last night in Rio and of the trip, I checked myself. I found a deal on a really slick hotel, so I checked myself into a nice hotel just to kind of have a nice good night's sleep and relax. It was absolutely banging. It had a rooftop pool, like amazing view over the bay. This was really cool. So I had a really cool kind of last night, which is where I was this morning, and now I'm at the airport, and that is it. That is my Rio trip in a nutshell. Yeah, I'm not going to wrap up with anything heartfelt now. I think I'll probably do one more when I get home. So as always, thanks for watching. Rio's amazing. I'll see you soon, or maybe I've already seen you by the time I upload this. Mwah.
Otro es más